Hello people of YouTube, it's Deepak here, and welcome to the DCS news stream for the 1st of October 2022. Hello everybody, hello Tog, hello Fighter Jets HQ, hello Pink Floyd, hello Tech Gaming 44, hello Leah Netzel, Paul Dillon, Stieglitz and Things with Wings, hello to everybody, and too early to drink, having a tea. Very good, very good. I'm having water today. I'm keeping it simple. So, I hope you all enjoyed the latest F18 tutorial video, or bonus video in this case, all about the FPAS page. I hope that was educational. I'm going to continue to try to do tutorial videos on the Hornet, kind of working around the guided weapons which are not currently working correctly until such a time as I can continue to demonstrate those once they're fixed. Welcome to the stream, Nico. Welcome, Mark S. Thank you very much for joining Deepak's ground crew, GR Walker. Very, very nice to have you aboard, sir. So yes, unfortunately no dotChuckles again this week. He sadly is accosted by his work and is unable to join us, but I'm sure we will have him again at some point soon, so don't worry too much about that. He's doing well, so have no fear. And next week I will either do another tutorial video on the Hornet. I was thinking about maybe approaching the SA page and data link, or I might go and have a look at other community mods and cover some of those. Tech Gaming 45 thought they got fixed. Yeah, there were some fixes to the Harpoon, but sadly the particular bugs that are stopping me from fully demonstrating the weapons are still there. So weapons like the Harpoon and the Slam, they work in their most basic employments. So in the case of the Harpoon, the bearing-only launch works. But I wanted to demonstrate all the modes and all the parameters. And sadly, anything more advanced than bearing-only does not work at the present time. But ED are aware of this, and actually will cover their mini update on the Hornet just a little bit later. Hello Milan, welcome to the stream. So, without any further ado, let's start, as we always do, with the DCS Newsletter, or the ED Newsletter in fact. Dear fighter pilots, partners and friends, this weekend is your last chance to enjoy huge savings across most DCS aircraft, maps and campaigns. Check out up to 50% off savings on our eShop, well, just shop, and on Steam. Hurry, this offer ends on the 2nd of October at 23:59 GMT. Take a look at the flash sale video here. We looked at that last week. It was quite a cool video. As is always the case, Eagle do really, really nice videos. If you want to have some fun, thank you. Our third-party partner... yeah, that's right. One Re-Tech is making great progress on the DCS Sinai map. They're using equations to generate surface textures and improving the quality of ground objects with remarkable results. And we'll take a look at some development screenshots a little bit later. Wingwing has launched their latest Orion 2 right-hand joystick. The convenient design enables you to freely switch between 3 modes: traditional cam stick, roller without neutral restore, and the innovative movable force sensing mode. I'm guessing that's to simulate the F-16 stick. Thank you for your passion and support. So, very, very exciting. Alienware PC, welcome to the stream. Yeah, today I wasn't able to get a Paveway 3 on target. That was weird. I actually haven't even looked at those recently. My problem has been with Slam, Slam ER, and Harpoon, which are all kind of the same weapon, or very, very similar, all based on the same weapon. Welcome to the stream, Yogi. Welcome, Clint S. So, the flash sale. As summer comes to an end... This was funny. I had a little bit of fun with the title today, saying that it's the end of summer sale. But yeah, as summer comes to an end, we're pleased to offer you massive savings across most aircraft maps and campaigns. This is just a repeat of what they already said. So yeah, the sale is still on until the 2nd of October, which is tomorrow at the time of stream. Yogi, unfortunately, dotChuckles is not joining us this week. He isn't available. Yes, he's been sold into indentured servitude. The poor boy, he is very, very busy. But I'm sure he will join us soon. Sinai development report. Before we actually read that, let's see if we can get some screenshots. So apparently they're using equations and mathematics to generate some of these textures. That does actually look rather nice. Yeah, some cool work in progress shots here of the Sinai area. Looks dusty, which is what I would expect. Also looks mountainous, which is what I would expect. Yeah, cool. Quite unique colors and textures and layout. Like, I recognize this looks quite a lot like Syria, but not exactly. It's got a similar feel, but not quite the same. You can tell this is a different landmass. Yogi, I noticed that India Fox Echo have released a new aircraft on MSFS 2022. Okay. Huh. I'm not familiar with that. You'd need to tell me which one, and I could maybe comment. Oh, this is nice. Some of these built-up areas looking good. Clearly a lot of auto-gen here. These are all just like lots of repeating buildings of the same type, but, you know, this is early as yet. It's not finished. Pretty good, though. Pretty good. And, oh, cool. Okay, so this is just the actual... I guess these are like the raw kind of geometries that they're getting, and then they're smoothing it out with their special equations. Very nice, very nice. And then we're back to the G91R. Excellent. Okay, that looks really cool. Let's see what they have to say about the whole thing. The On-Re-Tech team continues to create the DCS Sinai map. In addition to urban areas, facilities, and airfields, they're improving the quality of the terrain surface. They've implemented procedural texturing technology, improved color balance, and improved the visibility of details at high altitudes. On-Re-Tech's next step will be adding vegetation, stones, trees, and phone and power poles. Additional details will also be added along roads, rail lines, and rivers. I've got to say, it's looking pretty cool. I like this. Interesting that they have some new fancy technology for adding, like, kind of randomly, or procedurally, I should say, not randomly, adding detail to some of this. I like the texturing on these fields, for example. That looks pretty nice. Looks pretty nice. Very good. The M346 jet trainer. I'm not actually familiar with that. Clint S. Pretty, but did Ed forget to count? Or did we? Shouldn't we have had one more module announcement, says Clint S. Yes, that's my understanding, unless I lost count somewhere. My understanding is, yes, there should be one more aircraft being announced. I wonder if they've decided to delay it by a week, perhaps. So maybe we'll hear more about that next week. I'm not sure. Is Tornado here yet? Asks Frantic Stone. In a word, no. But yes, it is officially announced now. Yogi, wondering if this might be the next release on DCS. What, this map? I don't think so, because they appear to still have a decent amount of development to do here. I don't know which map we might get next, actually. Yeah, is this the one that's furthest along? Because we have the kind of north of the Scandinavian peninsula. That one's being developed. We have north of Australia. We have Sinai. I can't even remember all the other ones that were announced. Yeah, I guess we'll see. C-130 is my bet. Or, well, if you're talking about aircraft, the C-130 did look, to me at least, to my uneducated eye, it looked to be the furthest along, unless you count the MB339, which should probably drop any moment now. So yeah, MB339 probably first, and then C-130 quite likely after that. Tornado Gate. Cool, okay. Fighter Jets HQ, can't wait to recreate my first C-130 flight once it releases. Since I used to fly civil. I didn't know there were any C-130s being flown civil. That's interesting. Very cool, sir. Very cool. And then next on the newsletter, we have the Wingwing Orion 2. So, you know, after we got the brand new MT, is it the MT3? CM3, sorry, base from Virpil. Wingwing are now here with their latest gimbal. The Orion 2 by Wingwing allows various combinations of cams, springs, and dampers. The roller without neutral restore mode is a specific gift that tremendously improves operation for most elite flight simulation aviators. That's all of us, of course. The innovative MFSSB, Movable Force Sensing Stick Base, improves operations and the feeling of flying the DCS F18C Viper. Yes, that's kind of what I thought it was for. Now all F-16 enthusiastic fans can enjoy experiencing force sensing operations. Read more details about Orion 2 designs. Orion 2 is a cost-effective and innovative approach that provides all aviators with a surprisingly excellent option. This is clearly translated from Chinese. Getting you one step closer to reality. Thank you again for your passion and support. Yeah, like Cantonese. Is it Cantonese? No. No, Cantonese is what they spoke in Hong Kong. Mandarin. Whenever you translate Mandarin into English, it ends up sounding quite odd. So here we go. Here's a fancy image. It was showing a vibration component there. Air control, smooth, reliable. Yeah, it looks like it has a vibration function. Because there was a spinny bit inside the grip. Why would there be a spinny bit unless it has force feedback? Not force feedback, vibration. This is very impressive looking. And the pricing is well within line of what you would expect. Of course, if you want to set it up as a nice F-16 replacement, the price is going up quite a lot. But nonetheless, this looks like a really good option for a lot of different pilots. Very cool, very cool. So, if the MB339 isn't up after the sale, I will be less patient than I already am, ready to give up on this thing. It's taking forever, says Pink Floyd. Yeah, for reading between the lines, and that's really all I'm doing, I'm reading between the lines here, it sounds like ED have rejected certain builds of the MB339 a couple of times, probably due to bugs. So it would seem that ED is kind of gatekeeping a little bit here and trying to ensure that the quality is at a certain standard. And I don't think that's a bad thing. It's good to enforce these things. Clint S., Phantom next, or I burn this mother down. Phantom is supposed to come by the end of the year, but I kind of think it's going to be delayed. Because, end of the year is in 2 months, and I would have expected to see a lot more of it by now, if it's going to be coming out by the end of the year. So I have to say that my confidence level is not high. I think we're probably going to see Phantom next year. Waiting for the PA-28 module, says Frantic Stone. No, I don't think that's coming. Fighter Jets HQ. Meanwhile, VKB user waiting for their techs. Is VKB going to be releasing something as well? I assume they probably are. They're kind of the other one operating in this space at this kind of quality level. Yogi, does VAF operate an F-16C squadron? Short answer is yes. 2 squadron VAF operate the F-16. It's our biggest squadron. We have a lot of people in that. Do you have subject matter experts on that squadron? I know that in VAF in general, we have a number of maintainers and ground crew who've worked on the F-16. I'm not aware of us having any pilots, past or present. And what is the program of qualification that VAF conduct for sim pilots? If you join one of our numbered squadrons, we actually do what are called OCT, which is Operational Conversion Training. And those are slightly different for each squadron, but usually they will take you through the basics of flying, navigating, operating the aircraft, and then there's usually an operational or kind of tactical part to that as well, where we teach you weapons employment and the ways in which we expect you to ingress and egress a target area and how to, operate tactically. So that's the program that we run, and once you do that program in a particular squadron, you then have your type rating for that aircraft, and it's then also possible to do qualifications, individual qualifications after that as well. Mangash, it might be a gyro for the force sense. Interesting. Okay. Clint S. Feel the pain, my gunfighter, but being able to change clutch force without tearing apart the gimbal. Kinda wish I'd gone with Verpal from the beginning now. Verpal is very, very good. That's what I'm using. I'm still using a Gen 1 Verpal setup. I've got the original stick and the original throttle from Verpal, and they're both superb. And as I understand it, the newer generations are even better. Yogi, I have a Wingwing solution and it's very good. I also have the Orion 2 base. Ooh, exciting. I don't know that much about Wingwing, but I've not heard anything bad about them, so I assume it's good stuff. It looks good. Clint S, still cheaper than real Sim FSSB. Oh dear. Dr. Fantastic, hi all, sorry for the tardiness. Oh dear. Deary me. Cool, alrighty. So that's the newsletter that we have this week. However, there has been a bunch of mini updates posted by our man, Daddy Wags, in the forums. I'm not doing it. So let's start with... let's start with the F18C Hornet mini update. I guess, you know, I think that what he's suggesting here is that he's had some time off and he's kind of getting a grip on things again and saying how things are going. So current tasks include: following the substantial update to the Viper flight model and Flickus, the team is now focused on the Hornet flight model and FCS. In parallel, important changes are being made to the landing gear and how it behaves on touchdown and touch and goes. This is the primary Hornet task right now. Now, this is the one I was going to mention. He mentions here correcting the AGM84D, AGM84E, and SLAM ER behavior. Now, of course, this is not really being specific, but I can only assume he means the more advanced modes and the ability to specify parameters, and for the weapon to actually work when employed in these advanced modes. Clint S. Ooh-woo! GPS weapon using TOO engagement behavior. The way that TOO works just now is very, very basic. It should be possible to store multiple TOO points and then flip between them. So I guess he means implementing that. Incorrect velocity vector confinement error. I don't really know what he means by that, but I assume it's something to do with the ability to cage the VVI. New and improved pilot model. That sounds exciting. And following the above, priority items include, in parallel with the Viper, tuning air-to-air performance, including look down and search to bug target delay. And also they're going to implement the UFC BU page. I've heard this one mentioned a few times in the checklist, and I don't know what the BU page is. I'm assuming BU stands for backup, but beyond that, in chat, if anyone in chat knows what is the BU page, because I have heard it mentioned multiple times and I'm not familiar with what it is. So that was the mini update that they gave for the F18. We also have a mini update for the Viper. Again, he says following some time off. Here's the current Viper tasks and priority tasks following those. So current tasks include complete external model level of detail to improve performance. We're now close to completing the high drag and low drag ballistics and calculations for both CCIP and delayed CCIP releases for the Mark 84 HD. This should also improve other general purpose bombs. The low altitude drogue delivery LADD is being finalized and tested. Correcting some HOTAS short and long press logic. This is also true for Jetsons. GPS target coordinates shifting. Radar SAM and DTT modes tracking retention improvement. Adjustments of spotlight mode for short press. Adjustments to track while scan designations. And animated ECS inlets. This is kind of cool. Interesting to see that. Following the above, priority items include non-cooperative target recognition, NCTR. That'll be cool, because am I right in thinking the Hornet currently has NCTR? But it very rarely seems to actually work. It'd be cool to see it coming to the F-16 as well. My understanding is that my experience of NCTR is from the Falcon 4 days, where it was apparently over represented. Like in the real world, NCTR generally only works when you're somewhat closer to the target and have good visibility into the inlets of your opponent. So I don't think it's as good as it has been simulated in some sims in the real world. It'll be interesting to see how ED tackle this. Be rather cool. Tuning air-to-air performance, including look down and search to bug target delay, digital maneuver Q, DMC, and loft indications. Further work on Link 16 and adding air-to-air target assignments. That'll be cool, because I've seen, Falcon 4 BMS has that, so it'd be cool to see that in DCS. alternate gear handle, and animated tail hook. Please note this is not a 100% inclusive list, but rather the more important highlights. And then, after that, we got the same again for the Apache. So, the Apache mini update. Current tasks include yaw SAS behavior, improving vortex ring state characteristics, complete the image auto-tracking and multi-target tracking for the TADs. This will be the first aircraft that we've had in the sim actually that has multi-target tracking. That'll be cool. Complete the performance page, complete the new pilot and CPG models, first-person view, improved data link modem, IDM, that will include longbow net and the ability to share targeting between AH-64Ds. That's going to be so cool. Additional crew radio messages, additional external model levels of detail for improved performance, continued George improvements, Robbie fuel tank option, and following the above, priority items include the fire control radar and the AGM-114L radar guided Hellfire. That, of course, these are the killer features of the Apache. SAS collective channel behavior, radar altitude hold and altitude hold stability when outside ground effect, adjustment of the SAS saturation tones, uncommanded pitch and roll behavior in some conditions. So that's the entire mini update for the Apache. Milan, good news that the general purpose bombs will be improved, still having the feeling that the snake eyes and air fall too long. Yes, a lot of people have commented on that. The CCIP and CCRP are not entirely accurate in the Viper. Actually, they're not entirely accurate in a lot of aircraft in DCS, and I suspect the ED are working on that. Still no death donut. Never mind. Talk. Time for Deep Hacks Apache tutorials. Yes, maybe as things like this get added, once the Apache reaches what I consider to be a sufficiently complete level, I then will probably take a look at doing tutorial videos for the Apache. Because, I'm a big fan of complex avionics. I'm more into systems, actually, than I am to flying when it comes to simulated flying. And the Apache is perfect for that kind of thing. It's an exceptionally complex aircraft, and it has a lot of cool tech that I'd be more than happy to demonstrate. But with it's probably best done. Well, I don't know. I could do it with George, but it's probably best done in multi-crew. So I might need to actually, employ someone to fly in the Apache with me while I demonstrate these things. That could be a bit of fun. Human crew. First example of multi-crew in one of my tutorials. I used to do like my really old K50 tutorials, Black Shark tutorials. I used to do a two-ship with dotChuckles, in fact. And so when I was demonstrating things like data link and other functionalities that were really best done with multiple helicopters, I would have him in another helicopter and fly with me, and we do the tutorial together. He's not that available right now, so it might be that I'll need to find someone else to do these with, or I do it with the AI. But it'd be more fun with a human. So, moving on. We also had a hotfix this week. DCS Open Beta 2.7.18.30765. It's a change to the network protocol, so this is going to break server-client compatibility. So always something to be kept in mind. AIM-54 looping after launch has been fixed. AIM-120 performing extreme pull-up if no target in FOV has been fixed. A couple of fixes for the Hind. A fix to the flight model for the H-64D. This was a fix to the modelling of tail rotor partial vortex ring effect. It was appearing in the hovering lateral bank movement. To the left. When a certain speed reached, there was a sudden yaw push to the right. Now SAS heading hold mode is able to compensate for this. And they've adjusted the change seat code for the UH-1, and then there's some fixes to campaigns. Fighter Jets HQ, Kiowa, when? No idea. We've had no updates on the Kiowa for quite some time. The last update we had was probably about a year ago, or maybe even more than a year ago, and at that time they simply said that one of the main developers had been quite seriously ill. Luckily was now much better, and they were getting back up to speed. Yogi, so shall we talk about the Typhoon? Well, we can certainly talk about it, but I have no additional information at this time. We've really seen nothing of it since the trailer. We really don't know anything about its progress. I would suspect it's going to be quite some time. Tog, plenty of Apache guys in VAF. Speaking of, join the VAF. Yes, you should. If you have any interest in flying with other kind of dedicated VAF sim pilots, DCS sim pilots, then you should think about joining the VAF. Dr. Fantastic, that's a great idea, Tog. Do you have the Discord link by any chance? Join. The Discord link is in the show notes below, so you'll always see it in the video, whether you're watching the stream live right now, or if you're watching it after the fact. Yogi, make sure you smash the thumbs up and support the channel. Yes, indeed. Smash that like button. Cool. So something else that we got this week that I thought was noticeable was this little trailer for the VSN Super Saber. Now, if I remember correctly, VSN are the community mod group who made the T45 Goshawk, I think. So already a very, very impressive module. They're now bringing us this, which I think looks rather exciting. As always, I've got it muted. Terribly sorry. This is a Super Saber, and it looks rather nice. Here we go. Yeah, very, very cool aircraft. Very interesting looking aircraft as well. And this is a really nice trailer. I recommend going to their channel and watching this. It's the DCS Super Saber trailer, and yeah, you'll get it with the music and all the cool sound effects and whatnot. But looking very impressive. These guys have got a good track record of making great community mods, and so I've got high expectations with this one. Oh, I was wrong. VNOA did the T45. Terribly sorry. For some reason, I thought it was these guys. These guys do have some other mods, though. I forget which ones. Looking very good. And I'm guessing this is, again, people using Marianas as a stand-in for Vietnam until we actually have a Vietnam map. So, Super Saber, F100 EFM mod by VSN, out now. So, go check it out. Follow and support. Tog, that's some very sexy texturing too. Yep, looks great, but the cockpit is what makes or breaks. Yeah, oh, absolutely. That's the thing. That's the thing you're going to be staring at all the time, and so the cockpit needs to look good. Absolutely, that's for sure. VSN did some not so good mods to make static aircraft flyable. Example Tornado, I think. Okay, am I completely wrong? Am I telling you guys lies here? Okay. Oh, actually, I was clicking on this guy's channel to see what other mods they've done, but this guy is a trailer maker. He's not the actual maker of the mod. I wonder. I'm gonna have a little look around and see if we can actually. Here we go. VSN team. This is just a link to a file host, so that's no good. We've got their Discord. Yeah, I'm not entirely familiar. Then I thought this was a different group. Think they did F104. Ah, yes. Okay. I remember the F104 mod. That's actually worth checking out. DCS F104. I wonder. Yes, you're right. VSN made that one. Don't trigger talk with Vietnam. Flashbacks. Welcome to the stream channel, right? Good to have you aboard. So yeah, that's actually everything that I saw for this week. Let me know if there's anything that I've missed or if there's anything additional that you all would like to talk about. But sadly, I don't have any up-to-date information about the Typhoon or the Phantom or the Kiowa. So these are ones that have not really been mentioned recently, so we don't know particularly much about when they're going to be ready. F18E Strike Eagle, I've been watching in the Razbam Discord. It continues to look like it's coming up ready for release. They have promised it by the end of the year in early access, and I have to say, based on their videos, screenshots, and information they're posting, I have no reason to not believe that they're going to deliver. It's looking like it's going to turn up in time, which is really cool. So, yeah, that's basically all of the news for this week. What I'll do while I'm waiting for you all to tell me things that I've forgotten about from this week is I shall go ahead and I'll pimp the VAF, just to get that out of the way, to remind you all that there is this super duper online squadron called the Virtual Air Force, which myself and dotChuckles founded all those many years ago. It's an online squadron with an opt-in milsim approach. You can join us as a freelancer and fly wherever you like, whenever you like. Alternatively, you can join one of our internal numbered squadrons and do full training, which will end with a type rating for the type of aircraft the squadron flies. And you've then got the option of doing optional qualifications thereafter. We currently have internal squadrons for the A-10, the F-14, the F-16, the F-18, the Apache, and the Harrier. I almost forgot my own squadron. That would have been ridiculous. I'm the squadron leader for 3 Squadron, which is the Harrier Squadron at VAF. We do training sessions every Tuesday at, let me see if I remember, 8 PM UK time. I always have to convert because I'm in a different time zone. And every Thursday we do a mission night, again at 8 PM UK time. Everybody is welcome. You join the Discord. The link is in the show notes below. You're welcome to join us even if you don't fly. If you just want to hang out with a group of like-minded aviation enthusiasts. We also have channels that talk about things as varied as cooking or the Ukraine war. So everybody is welcome. Please come along, join the Discord, and chat with us. Pink Floyd, need that Join VAF for Dummies video. At least I needed it. Yes. I am looking at doing something like that, where I'll cover the basic stuff like joining the Discord, what's expected of you, setting up SRS, and setting up the VAF repo. We have our own internal mod repo where we have all of our liveries and other cool stuff that we tend to fly with. Clint S, assuming we all can math, what do you think the last module reveal will be? If it's another re-announcement like the G91, we'll be a tad disappointed. I have no idea, actually, because people have been asking me quite a lot, like what constitutes an official announcement? Do we think it's going to be one that has already been sort of unofficially announced, etc.? I've even wondered if the F-15E Strike Eagle has been officially announced, because I don't remember it turning up in an ED newsletter. So I wonder if we're all going to be terribly disappointed when the last one comes along and it'll just be like the Strike Eagle or something like that. I honestly don't know, but I'm very interested to see it when it comes. Frantic Stone, Apache is on hold at the moment, is it not? I believe it needs a good steer. So any Apache leaders out there, come on down. We currently have a temp squadron leader for the Apache squadron, so it's not on hold so much, although it's not progressing the way that we would have originally wanted it to. We wanted to develop a lot of training materials and have a lot of qualifications and stuff. We've not implemented anything like that, but there are people flying Apaches every training night, and there are people flying Apaches in our missions. So that the squadron is present, although not quite in its final form as yet. I reckon the next announcement will be Typhoon. Typhoon was announced. It was in the ED newsletter, so I think that must count as officially announced. No, it'll be another version of the Tornado. Yeah, and as Tech Gaming says, it has in fact been mentioned in quite a few of the newsletters. One other thing actually that came up during the course of the week, now that I think about it, is what they called again. Avia Storm, the people who are developing the Tornado, posted some images of their reference aircraft, which is the German IDS 44 plus 56. I'm trying to see if I can easily, display these for everyone. Here we go. They're not very big, but anyway, here, take a look at this. This is apparently the aircraft that they are basing everything off of. It's not a very high resolution image, but this is a German IDS, and it's being used as their reference. Look at that nice big tail. There's also the Pucara and Super Tucano that are in development, says Dr. Fantastic. Well, this is Razbam, of course. They have supposedly every single aircraft in the world under development, so I wouldn't hold my breath on that one. Very nice image there. So this is the reference aircraft. This is initially at least what we're getting. We're getting one of these. Tog, hoping it'll be the MiG-23/27. That is also an aircraft that Razbam had announced, although I don't know if it officially counts as having been announced. Sim Taylor saw somebody that says they're announcing the Jaguar, but it looked a bit hinky. Sim Taylor, thank you so much. Yes, there was something about that. Stand by. Let me dig that link out and we'll have a little look. It looked a bit hinky. I don't know. Did it look a bit hinky? Here we go. Here we go. Let me make sure I've got it all set up correctly, and then I'll display it. Right, so we got this teaser, question mark, Digital Combat Simulator. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but to my not-so-trained eye, that's a Jaguar. And then it just says, coming soon. Now, who the hell is this, again? Just says DCS World. Yeah, this is pretty dodgy. So, Snake Eye Studios, let's go and... Okay. The top comment here is, doesn't look like a Jaguar. But I totally think it does look like a Jaguar, but maybe I'm wrong. So here we have Snake Eye Studios, 554 subscribers. Channel was created in December 2021. And only this video. So this is all we've got to go on. And if I stop that there, and let me see. There was an image that we were using to compare. Yeah, here we go. So this compared to this. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's a perfect match. I think that's a Jaguar. Jake. Yes, indeed. I think the Jag is a mod, says Tech Gaming 45. Impossible to say. I have no idea. We don't know anything yet. All we have literally is this like couple of seconds worth of video showing off this funny angle. But I'm fairly convinced that's a Jaguar. The text is Jag text as well. Oh, okay, that's well spotted. Yeah. Seen a better pick and it's a GR international version, says Tech Gaming 45. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hot but sus, says Clint S. Oh dear. Tog, what is it with Milsim guys and all the secrets? Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I would be quite excited for a Jaguar. And like even the angle of those struts looks spot on. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, that's the HUD frame. That's the HUD frame. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to say, but I think it looks very much like a Jag. Can I share the link for that? It's posted in the video channel in the VAF Discord. It's easiest just to pick it out from there, I would say. Photoshop overlay time. That's skills that I don't have. Pink Floyd, last announcement will be Vietnam. That'll stop everyone whining at least for 2 weeks. We're never going to stop whining. We're flight simmers. We like to whine. We want to complain. Does the Jag have a HUD? Yes, the Jag has a HUD. What makes you think the Jag doesn't have a HUD? Someone even posted real-world HUD video from a Jaguar, I think. I think it was from a Jaguar. Oh no, sorry, this video was for an F-16. But yes, the Jaguar does indeed have a HUD. And some of the most advanced versions of the Jaguar currently being flown are being flown by the Indian Air Force. It still operates the type. It has quite heavily upgraded versions of the aircraft, and they've been discussing for some time the possibility of further upgrading that aircraft with more fancy tech. Because it's ancient. There are some very old aircraft that have heads-up displays, my old son. Jag had a very good HUD. Yeah, my recollection is that it's somewhat similar to the Tornado HUD, and so as such, it's quite simplistic, but it has a very, very straightforward way of representing information, so I think it's fine. Sim Taylor, what's the difference between DCS simmers and a jet engine? A jet engine quits whining when you shut it down. Channel right, I'd be surprised if there wasn't an Afghanistan map. With the Afghanistan map, a lot of people think has been kind of shadow announced, you know, with the set of coordinates that point to Bagram. So I think there's a very good chance that yes, there is an Afghanistan map in the works. Awesome t-shirt. Thank you very much. This is the way. Yogi, later models of the Jag were quite good for the ground strike role and did some very interesting missions in both Iraq wars. Tech Gaming 45, it had a helmet tracking thingy like the current A10C2 and F16 and DCS. Yep, that's correct. I had a flying instructor who flew Jags. He was an absolute legend and insisted on doing a run-in and break on every approach, says Dr. Fantastic. Bloody hell. I hope it was an aircraft actually capable of that. I'm thinking about the kinds of aircraft that I fly in the real world, things like Cessnas, Pipers, and Diamond aircraft. Even if I slammed it full power, I would not be able to do a run-in and break on those damn things. How do you know if there's a vegan or a DCS simmer in the room? Don't worry, they'll tell you. Yes, huh? Very good. Very good. Cool. Okay, so yeah, it's been a fairly quiet news week. That's actually basically all the news that we have for this week. So I think I'll close things out there. But just to remind you all, I've been Deepak. Every week, every Saturday, in fact, at 6:30 PM UK time, I do a video premiere of my most recent tutorial video. Currently doing a series on the Hornet, although having some difficulty working around bugs. I might do other types of video in the meantime. And that's always followed by the DCS News, which just happens to be this thing, what you're watching right now. And actually, before I go, big shout out to Deepak's ground crew. Let me get the list. Big shout out to Channel Right, to Byron Farrow, to Leo Netzel, to Harish Rajan, to Pink Floyd, to Mangash, and to J.R. Walker. Thank you, everybody who has joined the Deepak's ground crew. You can do so by clicking the join button below, and that's a really, really big help to me and to the channel. If you can't do that, then please subscribe, like, and comment. That's also a huge help. And thank you very much to everybody for watching the videos and for supporting the channel. It's brilliant. It's really, really good. Vegan is cool, though. We want Tarkov streams, and not that many people watch my Tarkov streams, but yes, I will continue to do Tarkov streams. Where Frantic doesn't get killed first, dearie me. But yes, that is all for today. Thank you all very much for watching. Fly safe, and I'll see you all next time. Ta-ta.